Hey guys, it's Rhett from the 100 Acre Wood Highlands. With the 75th anniversary of the American Highland Cattle Association coming up next month, I thought it'd be a fun idea to look at 4 major reasons that you might want to consider joining AHCA. The first major reason is for networking. When I first started raising Highlands, or when I first was wanting to get into raising Highlands, one big thing that scared me was that I did not know a single other person anywhere, let alone Oklahoma where I'm from, that raised these kind of cows. I reached out to different friends of mine that lived on farms. I grew up on a farm, I showed animals in school, but I didn't know anyone at all that had Highlands. And that kind of scared me because I thought, number one, I don't know where I'm going to buy them. I don't know who I'm going to sell them to. I don't know how I'm going to learn about these if I have questions. And so being a member of that national organization is a great way to connect with other breeders, with other beef producers, with other enthusiasts. And if you're going to raise Highlands, that national organization is the way that you probably want to go. In addition to that national organization, there are local, call it sub-chapters in different areas of the country. So I'm a member of the South Central Highland Cattle Association, and being a member of those, it lets us, get together with other breeders, meet other people from around the country that, are doing the things that I wanted to do. So I definitely didn't consider myself an expert in cows, but I had been around cows most of my life. But I like the fact that now that I know people from these organizations, I can reach out when I have questions. It's a little easier to find some of these animals when I'm trying to purchase them. And they've got built-in ways for me to be able to sell some of these animals through auctions. So that networking benefit really opens up the door for helping you get started in the Highland world. Reason number 2 is for education. AHCA puts out a quarterly publication called The Bagpipe that is full of resources. It's got management articles, it's got health articles, it's got marketing articles, it's full of different resources to help you learn. So one thing that I've experienced is a lot of people wanting to raise Highlands are getting into cattle for the first time. And so education can really help you get a leg up on starting to raise these animals and raise them in a healthy, ethical way. So education is the second major reason. And besides just those publications, they also do events, both locally and nationally, that members can gather together that have different guest speakers. Like at this 75th anniversary, there's a big lineup of speakers, there's breakout sessions to go to, and there'll be all kinds of people just to socialize and talk to and ask your questions, which sometimes can be easier done on a one-on-one conversation than trying to reach out to somebody across the internet and ask them your questions. So education is a huge benefit of being a member of these different organizations. Our South Central organization, when we did a spring gathering, we brought in an insurance agent that specialized in farm insurance. They talked about how to insure your cattle if that's something that's interesting to you, which is something that I never would have even thought of. We had a vet come in and talk about the process of AI, which is a big deal if you're selectively breeding for different characteristics or different traits. So it's a good way to broaden your horizons and learn more about the kind of cows that you're trying to raise. Hey, Mama. The third major reason would be for recognition. Now, you guys know that Emporia back there was one of the cows that we purchased from a farm in Minnesota. Her name is PC for Pell Creek Emporia. And before we purchased her, she had been shown at the Cornhusker show in Nebraska. And so for some people, raising Highlands is a way for them to compete and look for that recognition and awards by competing in different show classes. And we just put our first show on in April. The South Central Association, which I got my shirt on here today, we did the Route 66 Highland Classic. We had 40-something animals, had people from lots of different states, and people are able to compete and see how their animals line up against other breeders. One of the big reasons for competing is that it helps build your farm's brand, your farm's recognition, and if you've got top-class show-winning cows, you'll bring a premium for them whenever you go to sell those animals in the future or their offspring. The last major reason would be for advocacy. The American Highland Cattle Association works to promote and advocate for the Highland breed in the United States. Now, there's other national organizations in different countries that promote the breed, but up until 2019, Highland cows were actually on the Livestock Conservancy's watch list, which means they weren't endangered, but their numbers were low enough that they had to be watched. Now, they've come off that list because the popularity in this breed of cow has surged dramatically over the last few years. And by being a member of AHCA, you get to have a voice, you get to have some direction in the future of this organization that helps promote and advance this breed across the country. As a member of AHCA, you're a member of an organization that goes back 75 years and can trace the pedigree of these animals back that long, and in some cases even further back into other herd books from Canada or maybe even Scotland or other places. So lots of big benefits of being a member of AHCA. Now, we get questions all the time through email, through Facebook, comments on YouTube videos, asking different cow questions, and I love getting those. Thank you for sending them our way. Unfortunately, I don't know all the answers to a lot of those questions, but chances are, if you're a member of AHCA, you'll meet some great people who can help you with some of those questions. You'll have access to resources like educational events, educational publications. You'll get the opportunity to compete if that's something that's interesting to you. And lastly, you'll be able to advocate for this breed that is the grand old breed. There's no cow quite like the shaggy Longhorn Highland cows anywhere. And I'm so glad that people love them. So glad that they're growing in popularity, and we just have a ton of fun raising them. So if you're interested in raising Highland cows, I would definitely recommend that you join the American Highland Cattle Association and also consider joining the regional association that's in your area. I think it'll be a great step in getting you started on raising these animals. If this was your first time finding our channel, you can look us up on Facebook and Instagram by searching 100 Acre Wood Highlands. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video. Hey, Bernadette, what you doing, big girl? Bernadette is so loved by many of you guys. Here's her heifer baby from last year, and here's her heifer baby from the year before.